Hey guys, my name is Dran, and ZZZ just had its 1.1 livestream, which was pretty cool. It feels weird to be glad that the devs are cool and transparent, because that feels so rare nowadays. It makes me feel more comfortable sticking with this game, which is why I thought to make a new video. Within this livestream, they've also revealed the new characters coming up, which is what we're gonna be going over today! As well as which one you should pull for, because they're both pretty good and it can be kinda confusing. The first one coming up after Zuyan is Qingyi, an electric stun unit. Then after her, it's Jane Doe, a physical anomaly unit. I'm gonna rationally break down which one would be more valuable for you, and depending on what your case may be. I'll give my personal thoughts too on which one you should pull for, and this is from the perspective of someone who doesn't wail on the game. Trust me, I ain't no Mr. Moneybags. I'm not sponsored, I'm just a fan! So let's start with Qingyi. You can think of her as a better Anbi. It's safe to assume that she'll be a better stunner, do more damage, and from the looks of it, has a more engaging or smoother playstyle. Just all around a really valuable stunner to have. And she'll be running with Billy and Corrin, which is not very good. Billy and Corrin aren't bad characters, but this leaves much to be desired. Think about it. These two characters do the same thing. They're both physical DPSs that fulfill the same role. We're at a point in the game where everybody wants as many characters as possible, especially to make two fully built teams. But these two units are free, so it's kind of redundant. Now, if you're a Billy or Corrin super fan and one of them maxed out, this is your chance. There is also the engine banner, but to be perfectly honest, right now, it's really not worth it to pull for. I'd only recommend it if you've really been waiting for this character and want them at their best. However, the free-to-play options are so good and easy to get that you don't really need something as fancy as a S-rank limited engine. So now we get to the question, is this character worth pulling for right now? Well, to answer that effectively, we have to run through some scenarios that some of you may be in when looking at this banner. Number 1, you got lucky and pulled Lycon or Coletta, or both. Number 2, you got unlucky, like me, and got neither of them. Now, if you're in this first scenario, I would say you should probably skip. Primarily because you have another stun unit, and of course having more is better, but if you're just trying to have two fully built teams to take care of Shiyu defense, then you've already got the characters for that purpose, which in my opinion is important, as Shiyu defense is the endgame currently, and also S-ranking all of it gives you those precious polychromes. Investing all those materials into a new character takes a while, and may not be worth the effort and resources if you've already got two fully built teams. There is one big but though. Qingyi's additional ability activates with any attack unit. Now there's a couple of reasons why this is really good. She can work well in any team having her additional ability being active no matter what, and if you happen to be in the scenario that you don't have Ellen or Soldier 11 to make full use of the standard banner stunners, Qingyi can be very valuable for you. But if you have Ellen and Lycon or Soldier 11 and Coletta, I don't think you need Qingyi at all. Now, if you're in the second scenario, that's easily much more understandable as to why you would want to pull. Stun units are valuable, especially an S-rank one. With a second stun unit, you'd have an easier time creating your second team on Shiyu defense, for example. If you've got the pulls ready, I would say pulling is a good idea in this case. Now, before you go spending, here is something to consider. You always want to consider who's next that you might be more inclined to pull on. S-rank and the included A-rank units. Like, as much as I would like to pull on Qingyi, those A-ranks that come with her are honestly not great, especially when we look at the next banner. Jane Doe with Seth and Anbi. Right away, this is already sounding a lot better, right? New A-rank defense unit and our favorite border girl. And of course, Jane Doe, which has captured the audience in more ways than one. So Jane Doe is a physical anomaly unit. You can think of her as a better Piper. If you've heard anything about Anomaly so far, it's that it can be pretty broken if built right. Now, it's important to mention this banner because there's certain factors that may make you pull for this rather than Qingyi. How many Pipers you got? You got 1, 4, or none? Depending on your luck, it could be anywhere from none to C6, but I'd wager most people with average luck just got her once. The reason why I mention this is because anomaly units in their own right are just as valuable for those team comps as stun units. And the thing is the only two anomaly units are Grace and Piper, both of which you're at the mercy of the gacha lords for. Enter Jane Doe, our first featured anomaly unit that's on the banner. The fact that she's our first featured one is pretty crazy, because I would figure Piper was gonna be on the banner for Qingyi. But we live in a messed up society, don't we? Unless you really like Billy and Corin, then yay, victory! If you wanted a surefire chance at getting an anomaly unit, and probably a really busted one, then Jane Doe is the smartest choice for you right now. And even if you don't get her, having a C6 Anby and Seth will be pretty valuable for you. Now I say this because anomaly units are really versatile, surprisingly. Like if you have a Piper and a really good one, she can just be a main DPS for you. And if not, she can also just be a support. Whereas a stun unit could be a main DPS, but in comparison to an anomaly unit, not as much. That's just my opinion though. When balancing the two, I think anomaly units are really strong and honestly kind of busted, so she is a really good unit. Couple that with the fact that Seth looks like he's made to be ran with her, which that's 2 members of the team already done. And by that point, after pulling on this banner, you'll probably have Anby C6, which is really good. So in conclusion, Qingyi would be only worth pulling if you have no stunner, aside from Anby, value her for the long run, or just like her design. The big stinker from this banner is not having very valuable A ranks beside her. Jane Doe, on the other hand, is versatile, a strong anomaly unit, and runs with a new character that can be used with her, as well as having Anby, whom is a solid stun unit that can hold her own. The A ranks on this banner really gives it an extra edge here. And this is my personal opinion. I think Jane Doe would be a better choice. I think she just provides a lot more value. Or you could just be godlike and pull both of them, win your 50-50s, and still have more pulls for the next banner. Finally, I do want to leave off with this. It is ultimately your choice. If you just really wanted this character, you like everything about them, you like their lore, you like their gameplay, then just pull for them. Because these characters will come back. Your priority should be which character brings you the most fun. And that's about it. So thanks for watching, subscribe if you liked it, and see ya!